So one of my convenience stores in my region has been breached. How do I go about protecting my other stores so this doesn't happen in the future?
You want to think about network security for your stores in layers. Think about people, processes, and technology. Your people are one of the greatest assets that you have to improve the security posture of your stores, but they're also one of your greatest liabilities. Every time that store manager gets on the back office PC and clicks on one of those phishing emails, it basically opens the door for a hacker to come in, steal all your data, basically install some ransomware, and then essentially lock up your business until the ransom is paid off in Bitcoins. So you must teach your employees about phishing emails. Teach them how to recognize them, teach them not to touch them, teach them to notify your IT group about the fact that they've received them so that they can warn everybody else. So phishing emails is probably the very first and probably one of the most important steps you can take to protect yourself.
Okay, so I need to protect my business. When it comes to network security, what steps do I need to take to get started?
Well, a great place to start is with PCI compliance, because if you were to suffer an unfortunate data breach, if your system is found to be non-compliant with the PCI DSS standards, then there will be no safe harbor. Your business will be held responsible for all the financial loss. So you want to become PCI compliant. One of the advantages, though, of PCI is that it provides a framework for thinking about network security. It was designed with 6 goals. The first one is to build and maintain a secure network. The second is to protect the cardholder data. The third is to maintain a vulnerability management program. The fourth is to implement strong access control methods. And then the fifth is to regularly monitor and test networks. And the sixth and final one is to maintain an information security policy. So these 6 goals have been translated into 12 requirements and a couple hundred actually sub-requirements and actually give you a very practical approach for implementing network security into your system. But with PCI, you have a framework now for thinking about how to protect yourself, how to establish a secure system for your stores. But PCI is only a starting point. Threats that are out there continue to evolve, and as a result, from a network security perspective, you're going to need to also continue to evolve in how you protect your business.
So as these threats are evolving, how has network security changed?
Yeah, one way to think about it is in terms of eras. We went from when IP came on the scene from an era of just simple firewalls, basically whitelist and blacklist, protecting private networks, because all the networks were essentially doing the same thing. Credit card transactions during the day, overnight polling at night. Then we moved into the PCI era, and that's this era of 6 goals providing a structure now for thinking about network security. 6 goals translated into 12 requirements, translated into a couple hundred sub-requirements to actually on how to specifically protect your network. From there, we moved into the era of unified threat management. This now went beyond the PCI requirements to start talking about antivirus, intrusion protection services, intrusion detection services, web content filtering services, and the like. Now, in today's day and age, we're in the era of security, information, and event management services, SIM services. This is because, when you look at all the data, the sheer volume of logs, a 100-store system like yourselves can generate 50 million logs. And when somebody's attacking your network, the information's in the logs, but how do you sift through the 50 million to find out what you need to actually pay attention to? And with the SIM services, they're applying basically artificial intelligence, machine learning to basically ferret out what you need to pay attention to. And so we're in the era now of, today the latest and greatest is to think about SIM services. And the goal here is to basically detect and and be alerted when the attack is taking place.
Great, thank you for all this network security information.
You're welcome.